Hi. So, happy St. Patrick's Day. And it's spring break again. 1 year ago today, I made a video. And so I figured, why not make a video today? 1 year, not anniversary, but I thought it was really cool. So, what I want to talk about today is about a movie that I just watched last night. This movie is called Cold Mountain, and right now I'm just giving you a spoiler alert. I will be talking about the whole movie and giving away spoilers. So if you have not seen it and want to, then don't watch my video. Basically, I suggest never watching this video. If you are a happy person and like happy movies, do not watch this movie because it is the saddest, most horrible movie in the world. Basically, it's set back in 1850s, I think, during the war between the North and the South, the Yanks and the Southerners, and basically, it's from the Southerners' point of view, and the two main characters are Inman, who volunteers to be in the army, and Ada, who moves. It's in North Carolina actually, and so Ada, who moves from somewhere else down to North Carolina and meets Inman, and for brief time they know each other. They both like each other, but they don't say anything. And then finally, when they find out that the war has started, Inman kisses her, and they basically fall in love. But they only, spend a brief time together, and they just kiss, and then he goes off to war, and then it's 3 years later, and basically he's in the bunker, and he's reading her letter, and then all of a sudden, boom, it explodes, and basically all of his friends die except for, a couple, and then, he survives, and then he, goes away to get better, and he leaves there to go back home to Ada, and on the way, on his way home, he meets this one Reverend guy who played by Philip Seymour Hoffman, and he ends up dying after they get caught by the hunt. I mean, there's guys that are hunting soldiers who AWOL, who don't want to fight anymore. So they hunt them down so that they can kill them. I mean, I think that's ridiculous. So he gets caught, and then the Yanks come and kill everyone except for him. So he yet again survives, and then he meets this old lady who helps him out, and luckily she doesn't die, but she kills a goat, which I was upset about, and then finally he stops at this other house, this lady's house, that's played by Natalie Portman, and I was like, oh god, she's gonna die. She had a baby, and I was like, oh god, Kate. I was watching this with Kate. I was like, oh god, Kate, she's gonna die. I know she's gonna die. Everyone dies, except for Inman, and then these three Yanks, either Yanks or Southerners, come and break into her house demanding food, and one guy's raping her, and luckily Inman was hiding, and he came and killed him, and so thank goodness Natalie Portman and her baby didn't die. And then finally, after years, 3 years, and during this whole time, Ada and this other woman, Ruby, had been um, living without him. Ada's been living without him. Finally, they reunite. Finally, after years, and after trekking all this, distance to get back to her, he finally gets back to her after, she's been through a hell of a lot. Her father dies, and friends die and everything, and finally he comes back, and then the Yanks, no, not the Yanks, the Southerners, the guys that were on his side, but he deserted the army, and so they came to kill him, and he got killed. They shot him. What the hell? I usually cry at movies, like every movie, but this time I didn't, and I don't know why. It's because I'm so freaking angry. Everyone died. Kate usually laughs at me for crying at movies, and, we watched Artificial Intelligence the other night, and I was bawling. I was like that lady, the wife who cries at every movie. I was seriously bawling my eyes out and making pitiful noises because it was so sad. But this time, Kate was the one who was bawling, and I wasn't, and I couldn't believe it, and neither could Kate, and, it was just the worst movie ever, and we watched it because it had Jude Law in it, of course, and we, have been in a Jude Law kick because of Sherlock Holmes, and so, yeah, don't watch that movie, and Artificial Intelligence is really good. Jude Law is in that also. Gigolo Joe. We are fighting over Gigolo Joe and Teddy. I want both, but she just wants Gigolo Joe. And I refuse to just have Teddy. And okay, so Kate, said, okay, I want Gigolo Joe and Watson, and you can have Inman. Because I loved Inman, and I was fine with just having him. But then he died at the end, so she got two guys, and I got none. I end up with a bear. A teddy bear, yeah. So we're gonna share Watson. And she can have Gigolo Joe. Whatever. And I'll have Watson and Teddy. So, don't watch Cold Mountain. Worst movie ever. The whole time I was just angry, and I was like, this better have a freaking happy ending or I'm going to be pissed. And I'm pissed. And depressed. Don't ever watch that movie, ever. Alright. That's my rant. Don't watch Cold Mountain. See ya.